Is there a rare Pokemon you want to shiny hunt for but have rarely seen out in the wild? Or do you want to change of pace and try something new? Well, I've got the answer for you. Mass Outbreaks. I'm going to show you how you can use Mass Outbreaks to your advantage and find that sweet shiny Pokemon fairly quickly. Mass Outbreak is one of the best things out of Legends Arceus, and I'm so glad it's back in Scarlet and Violet. It's fun to see a horde of a specific species of Pokemon all around you while you're out on your treasure hunt. Because of that, it's also a quick way to do a shiny hunt too. Now let's see what we can do to best optimize this method of shiny hunting. First, you can do this at any point in the game. However, for best results, it's advised that you meet a few milestones. Beat the main story of the game to where you can see credits, so you can unlock 5-star raids. While you're at it, you want to do some 5-star raids too. Next, complete the post-game story chapter so you can unlock 6-star raids. You'll get a phone call to let you know that you've unlocked 6-star raids. The main things we'll want to farm from 5 and 6-star raids is some Herba Mystica. Sandwiches are very useful in the game, and we're going to need some Herba Mystica to greatly increase our chance of finding shiny Pokemon from a mass outbreak. The last milestone you want to meet is completing the Pokédex, so you can get the shiny charm. I know it's a lot to do, but having these knocked out will make shiny hunting a lot easier. Now let's go over shiny rates for this method of shiny hunting. The base rate for finding a shiny Pokemon is going to be 1 out of 4,096. If you had a shiny charm, that brings it to 1 out of 1,365. If you don't have a shiny charm and just made a sandwich with Sparkling Power level 3, that's only 1 out of 1,024. Since this method is for mass outbreaks, clearing a certain amount of Pokemon actually increases the shiny rate. So if you only clear more than 60 Pokemon, your shiny rate is going to be 1 out of 1,365. Now if we combine everything together by having a shiny charm, Sparkling Power level 3 active, and clear more than 60 Pokemon in a mass outbreak, you're looking at the best shiny rate of 1 out of 512. Here's a more detailed chart from Anubis that shows the different shiny rates depending on what's available to you. I'll have the link in the description below. Alright, let's get to do some planning and prep. Check out the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Mass Outbreak page on Serebii and pick which Pokemon you want to do a Mass Outbreak hunt for. Once you've decided on what to hunt, go to the Pokédex entry of that specific Pokemon and check the habitat it lives in. What we're going to do next is influence what mass outbreaks appear on the map. First, head over to the habitat your target Pokemon lives in. Be sure to turn off autosave and save. Now you'll want to start up a picnic and make a sandwich with an encounter power level 2 that shares typing with your target Pokemon. After you've made your sandwich, go over to your system settings, scroll down to system, then to date and time. Turn off synchronized clock via internet if it's not off already, and change the time back a minute or two. Also make sure that the time is not close to hitting midnight. Now go back into the game and observe what mass outbreaks appear. If your desired Pokemon doesn't have a mass outbreak, time travel again and again until it appears. This part might take a little while, but eventually the mass outbreak you want to do will appear. Once the mass outbreak is on the map, head over to it and save. After that, you can use the Let's Go feature by pressing the R button to have your lead Pokemon auto battle. Or you can battle every single one of them, but auto battle is much faster. I recommend having your lead Pokemon be a type your desired shiny Pokemon is weak to. Keep track of how many Pokemon have been knocked out. You'll want to knock out at least 60 Pokemon in the mass outbreak to have the best odds of finding that shiny. Don't worry if a shiny does appear while you're doing this. Your Pokemon won't auto-battle a shiny Pokemon. Once you've knocked out at least 60 Pokemon, save again. Next, make a Sparkling Power level 3 sandwich that matches your desired Pokemon's type. Here's a chart to reference if you want to have that on the side. After you've made your sandwich, there's a couple ways you can go about spawning and despawning Pokemon. The first way is setting up a picnic and packing up the picnic to rotate spawns. If you don't feel like waiting for picnics, you can also walk around to despawn and respawn the Pokemon. I prefer riding on Koraidon because some of these shiny Pokemon are hard to tell apart and it's easier for me to spot if I'm up close and personal. If your meal power runs out before you find your shiny Pokemon, reset the game, make that sandwich, and try again. With a little bit of patience, Eventually you'll find your shiny Pokemon. Here's some extra bit of information you might want to be aware of. Occasionally, you'll come across a mass outbreak you want to do, and when you arrive, it's a ghost town. As far as I know, this is currently a bug as of the current patch. Unfortunately, if this happens to you, you'll have to keep time traveling for a different mass outbreak location. Another downside with this current patch is that there's no audio or visual cue for when a shiny Pokemon appears. When doing your planning and prep, take note of what the shiny colors look like for that Pokemon. If you're colorblind, try changing your TV or monitor settings to different color outputs to help you spot that shiny Pokemon. If you're going to hunt for a Ditto, Zorua, or Zoroark, they won't show up as a shiny Pokemon in the overworld, so you have to keep auto-battling and resetting until you notice your Pokemon is not auto-battling a certain Pokemon. If you're shiny hunting mass outbreaks with friends, only one person can encounter the shiny Pokemon and catch it. Lastly, this is a great way to shiny hunt on your birthday, since we're time traveling back a few minutes instead of moving days around. The day will stay on your birthday, and you'll have more time to get all the shiny Pokemon with the Destiny mark. Also, happy birthday. That just about wraps up the video. If you liked the video, hit that like button, comment down below if you have more tips you'd like to share, and hit subscribe if you want to see more from me. Thanks for watching.